Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamestack Podcast right here on We Just Love Games Network. Happy holidays! It is December 20th. You are listening to episode 195, The Motherboard-Load. And Shalene, please explain to the listeners what the meaning of this title is.
I got a motherboard in the mail today.
What? What kind of motherboard? Tell us.
I don't know. Okay. So I was kind of an NPC in the design of my new gaming PC. So I don't think I've talked about this on the show. Like we've talked about the problems that I've had. Like it blue screens constantly, it overheats, so much trouble. And so finally it was time. We're building a new PC. And my boss is a gamer. He's really rad. He's been a good friend, and he's very knowledgeable about gaming PCs. And I have not kept myself up to date on what a desirable parts are and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I used to be really up to date on what the stats were, but now I'm not. So I asked him, and he put me together a parts list. I ran it by Rick, and Rick was like, "Yeah, that's a beast." So I ordered the parts, and they've started coming in.
Nice.
I don't know even what they are. I I received 64 gigs of RAM in the mail today. Also, so I have a motherboard. I have some RAM. I have Windows. I have a terabyte of
Wow,
solid
you're really going to
state.
town on this, hey?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And the fans also came in. There's going to be so much RGB in this
Mm.
PC. So much RGB. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to play all the games. It will hopefully not blue screen. Oh, here he is in the chat, Hero of Time, a 4070 graphics card, you nerd, he says. Um yeah, that's what I ordered.
A
4070.
4070.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. So um
How does
yeah,
Hero of
I
Time know that? Wait, Hero of
because
Time is Rick, and Rick is Hero of
no,
Time?
Hero of Time is my boss, Mike.
Finkel and Einhorn?
Yeah,
Einhorn and
Hero
Finkel?
of Time is Michael, my boss.
Oh, so you
So
have to, like, not say bad things about him anymore on the air? Is that
no,
what you're
I'll
telling me?
continue to say bad things about him on the air. Yeah, it's
Well, thank
I
you.
would say them to his face, loser.
Thank you to Shalene's boss for helping us not lose our ability to broadcast the show every Friday.
Yeah, he said that it
You
should like stream and the whole shebang. It should be
you're contributing
pretty good.
to a direct investment in her own mental well-being, so she will show up on Monday. So
Exactly.
be more
Exactly.
productive. Rest is a
Mhm.
productive activity. I, on the
CPU
other
is
hand,
Ryzen 7800X. Okay, we're getting my PC stats now.
did not buy a PC. I bought my
That is
weight
a
in
bag of
Lego.
Lego. That is a huge bag of Lego.
Yeah. So I went to the Lego store to buy my niece and nephew some Lego, right? And $150 later.
So is that all for niece and nephew, or is some of it for you?
No, it's all, well, okay, so it was, you spend $90 and you get this cute Christmas picture frame thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, look at it. It's got like Santa and the reindeer and a little gingerbread house. I like the
So
bells.
cute.
The bells
I
there.
also really like the stock photo that's in the frame with the dog.
Oh, I
It's
never
very
noticed
cute.
that. I should cut it
Mhm.
out and put it in the frame.
Yeah.
The picture of the frame in the picture frame. Okay, so are you ready to see
I'm
what I
ready.
bought
Let's
them?
see the Lego.
So I got this wonderful Christmas wreath.
Ooh, delightful.
And my nephew really likes these postcard things. I hope they're not watching the podcast. They do know about it. So
They're
I got
probably
him.
not watching.
I got him Australia postcard.
That's cute.
We got Japan postcard
This is so cool. Look at the beautiful cherry blossoms.
and London postcard.
Nice. We got the Big Ben.
And then I got my niece. Holla.
Animal Crossing Lego. Ah, look at Isabel. Oh my gosh. Look at the Lego gift floating by. Oh, This is so good.
Isn't this great? Look at
This
the
is
tree with
so
the
good.
with the apples or the cherries or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, the apples on it.
I think it was apples, yeah.
I love this
So
stupid balloon. Like,
isn't it adorable?
right? The
That
balloon
is
gift is
precious.
so cute. So, anyways, that's going to be
So
really
does your
fun.
niece, does she play Animal Crossing?
She does. She
That is
does. So it's like
fantastic.
the perfect gift. Although I may just keep this one for myself. Yeah, that was like all of my Christmas shopping because we're not really doing gifts this year
Yeah.
because my partner and I got pre-approved for a mortgage.
I'm very excited for you.
Yeah, so we got pre-approved for a mortgage, so we're going to be house shopping over the next couple months. So my
That'll be
Christmas
so
gift is the
fun.
down payment to him. So, but yeah, it was an interesting week. I'm glad that you are building a PC. We do have a show to do. It is Christmas. Christmas is upon us. Santa Claus comes in just 4 more sleeps.
I can't believe we're this close to Christmas already. I haven't even finished
I know.
much of anything,
I know.
really.
I was like working like a banshee in the office, and then I looked up from my computer screen, and
Mhm.
everyone was gone,
Yeah.
and the office
Mhm.
was just empty.
Yeah, I wasn't
So
feeling great, so I left early today and I just went to sleep. And you're lucky I didn't sleep through this podcast.
I'm
So,
really glad that our
mhm,
in studio producer poked you out of your nap.
mhm.
Yeah, I
Yes,
do appreciate him doing that. Make sure you thank him later.
will do.
But anyways, the show is sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of Weeches of Coffee blend and $2 from every purchase. That blend goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget to tell your friends about the show. The Discord is the best place to get involved in our community, and we would love to have you all there. It is a great little place to engage with your fellow gamers after the show on a weekly basis. And people are still rolling in their family recipes for the holiday season of all their baked goods and things in the recipe channel, and I think it's Food Stack is where they're posting it. And yeah, people have lots of screenshots and stories, which I will be loading in a moment here while Shalene does the news. We do have to talk about some news. We're going to talk about some stocks. We're going to go over our gameplay. We might have a little bit of mail, but we do have a schwack load of screenshots and stories to go through. So let's hop into it with this just in. All yours, Shalene.
Okay, well, we're learning the news together mostly, but this first article is one that I put in. Um, I just I saw this on Reddit and it made me happy. This is a Norwegian news article. I had to use Google Translate on it. But a woman got lost in the woods and was saved by Pokemon Go.
What?
Um,
What? Why? Why is it always Pokemon Go?
yeah, her maps software did not show the trails, but Pokemon Go did. So,
That's ridiculous. How
yeah,
is that
she was
even
able to navigate
possible?
out.
That's embarrassing.
So this summer, game researcher Helga Dis Isfold Sigard daughter got lost in a mountain forest in Spain with her husband and a friend. The forest was full of small paths that were not visible on Google Maps, and they couldn't find their way back. And Google Maps mainly uses cars and motorbikes to take photos and record streets, often from roads in busy areas, and small paths in nature are harder to capture. After 2 hours of wandering in the forest, Sigarder's daughter was discouraged. She opened Pokemon Go to play, but then she saw the map and realized that there were trails on this map that were not on Google Maps, and
That's
it matched
so
much better with what they
ridiculous.
actually saw in the terrain. So she and her group followed the paths on the Pokemon map and found their way back to town. Um, I just love that. I love it. And, um, so Alf Ingo Wong, professor of game technology at NTNU, stated that Pokemon Go's map could be better than any other map that is publicly available. Google Maps is mostly 2D and based mostly on satellite imagery seen from above. Um, The 3D map that's being created by Pokemon Go, it can also be used to track and locate people. But however, some people have criticized Niantic for allowing players to unknowingly train the company's AI model. This is because Niantic uses AR photos taken by players as training data. Players have been taking these photos since the AR feature was launched in 2021. And these photos record Pokestops in the game. Pokestops are physical locations that the players have photographed and added to the game's map, like a statue, a park, or a public building. And yeah, they're using your data. We all knew that. We all knew that.
Who isn't using your data?
But it goes on to just talk about how this is a little bit problematic, that Niantic is doing this. It's not necessarily illegal, but they're just using it to make the experience better. So it worked out for the best for this hiker who got lost, and I just thought that was
Who needs a
amazing.
Garmin when you could just have Pokemon Go in your pocket?
Absolutely amazing. She just opened Pokemon Go, and the map was better than the Google Maps map, and she was able to get home. Um, but we're gonna drop that
See,
there.
now they need to put out a public statement that says, please don't use Pokemon Go for hiking and official navigation through the forest. Like,
Yeah.
because you know that people are going to do that. They're going to be like, oh, I could use Pokemon Go to scale this mountain. And then, you know, a $70,000 helicopter rescue later,
Hmm.
the person is suing Niantic because.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, there are plenty of reasons to sue Niantic, I'm sure. I enjoy Pokemon Go. I'm still living the Pokemon Go life, but it is occasionally a very predatory game. Um, Hero of Time in chat says that they have now scoped out his bathroom. Thanks for sharing. Um, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next article. Vancouver studio Hothead Games closes. This is a
Oh,
pocketgamer.biz article. And this Canadian developer was forced into bankruptcy after mobile and console publishing deals fell through. Um,
that's too bad.
Founded in 2006, the studio is closed after 18 years. The studio's president, Ian Wilkinson, said it took the decision to declare bankruptcy after failing to secure a contract for its latest cross platform AAA title. Both the mobile and console publishers pulled out of a deal, the former allegedly citing a change in strategy. And it's not clear how many jobs were impacted. The company's LinkedIn page states that the team is sized between 51 to 200 employees. I'm sure that depends on what stage of development they're in at the time. The website stated in March 2023 that it had 40 plus developers backed by a 5-person central tech team, as well as marketing, QA, and art staff. It was one of Canada's biggest indie mobile game studios. Um, I had provided a variety of services, including support, co-development, and porting for mobile PC and console projects. Games it had worked on include Box Office Tycoon, Hero Hunters, Killshot Bravo, and Super Hit Baseball. Founded in 2006, they initially developed downloadable PC and console titles, partnering with webcomic Penny Arcade for its early games, and later decided to focus on developing and publishing premium and then free-to-play mobile titles, such as Rivals at War. Uh, and here's a quote from President Wilkinson. Subsequently, we started cranking out idle games, but frankly, we're a little late and basically missed the market. So again, we went back to our roots, pivoting to work for hire, and we began porting games to reestablish ourselves as a console developer. We had also subcontracted out to some very large and very successful companies in the early days of this pivot. Fast forward the last 12 months, we created an amazing playable for a AAA property and had hoped to secure a contract to develop both mobile and console PC versions of the game with different publishers. Unfortunately, it took far longer than we expected to secure contracts. They were both ready to close 2 weeks ago, and then the mobile publisher pulled out due to a change in strategy. 2 weeks later, the console publisher also pulled out. At that point, our only remaining option was bankruptcy. So, hearts go out to Hothead Studios in Vancouver.
That's too bad.
It's too bad.
Well, I mean, part of that is Vancouver is like one of the most expensive places in
Mm-hmm.
Canada to live. So this studio had to be paying their developers a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes.
it's not unusual to be paying $3,000 a month for rent in Vancouver.
That sounds horrible.
Which
Because
for a
in
small
Canadian
five
money, that's
that
yeah.
no, that is Canadian money.
That's what I'm
3,000
saying.
Canadian.
Like
Yeah. So
3,000 Canadian is like 5,000 American, right? That's how
no,
it works.
it's
No,
2,200 US dollars.
2,200 US. I am
Our
not as smart as I
dollars, it's
thought I
always the other way
was.
around. It's always the other way around. But like a 500 square foot apartment, right? It's like it's
Yeah.
stupid. It's like Toronto. But
Hmm.
anyways, that's too bad. That's really too bad.
Let's pivot our own
Sure.
selves into some happier news. Let's talk about some last minute shopping game deals. This is an IGN article. Stuff that will ship to you by December 25th.
Ooh.
So okay, this is just an article full of video games that you can buy. Um,
Are they not
yeah.
on sale?
They are on sale, but like it's just oh, oh, website crashed.
So maybe we should skip to the Steam winter
Damn it,
sale.
IGN.
Just go to the Steam winter sale instead.
Steam winter sale. We're going to talk about that instead. Um, Steam winter sale. It's loading in. We're working on it. Okay, I love this Steam winter sale. Elden Ring is 40% off.
Ooh.
Baldur's Gate is 20% off. I'm gonna buy Baldur's Gate and play it on my new computer. I'm so excited
I
about
like how
this. Oh my
20% off
gosh.
is still $65 for me. That's a whole tank of gas right there.
Yeah. 47.99 US dollars. Helldivers 2, 20% off. Cyberpunk 2077 is currently 55% off. That's
Ooh.
26.99 American.
Oh my
We were
god,
talking last
Hogwarts is
week.
$20. I'm buying it.
We were talking last week about jumping in back into Cyberpunk, so now's a good time for that.
I just
Let's
added
see.
Hogwarts to my cart because it's
Okay.
75% off.
Um,
So, there's that.
Black Ops 6, if you want to call some duty, that's 25% off. Let's see. Space Marine Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, that is 25% off. Let's see. Stellaris is 90% off. That's $3.99. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl 10% off. If somehow you don't own Grand Theft Auto 5 on Steam, it is 38% off. It's $14.98 right now. This would be a good time. I can't imagine that there's anybody listening to this podcast that has not played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, that would be surprising to me.
Red Dead 2, 67% off. God of War Ragnarok, 20% off. The Forest is $199. That's 90% off. And The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, 67% off. Wow. We have got some good sales. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, 25% off.
Can I just say
Let's
how
see
much I
here.
hate the layout of this website?
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's so
It's a
bad and it
nightmare.
doesn't load properly. Whoever designed this, like, you should probably just not do that anymore.
Stop. Do
Yeah.
something else. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling. Spider-Man Remastered, 50% off.
Liar's Bar is $7.19. I wanted to look
Ooh.
into that. It's a co-op online.
Pal World, that's 25% off. Stardew, $8.99. Stardew Valley. I mean,
Get
you
that.
can't go wrong with
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah. If there was ever a time to buy Stardew and you have $8 in your pocket. Also,
Mm-hmm.
It Takes Two is 80% off.
It
You
Takes Two
guys.
is so good.
80%
It's
off.
so
It's
good.
$11 Canadian. So it's like $8
Definitely,
US. You should
definitely
probably
play
get
It Takes
yourself
Two.
It Takes Two if you don't have it.
Taz in the chat states that Space Engineers is 50% off at $9.99. He sends a lot of screenshots from that game and it looks like a good time. So if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in playing.
The Forest is $2.
No Man's Sky, 60% off. This game, they've added so much. Raft is 33% off. Raft was not my cup of tea, as RTZ would say. But Archon loves this game. He's
Firewatch is
played a lot of
90%.
Raft.
I'm going to buy Firewatch. It's 90% off. That's
I've heard good things
the
about
hiking game
Firewatch.
about
Yeah.
being like a fire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only
Mm-hmm.
hiking game that like come on.
Indeed.
Sea of Thieves is 50%. You
Oh,
might want to grab
you can
that
get
one.
Master Chief Collection, Halo, the Master Chief Collection for $9.99. That is several really fantastic Halo games. And if you haven't played those, definitely do that. I bet they play well on PC. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, 80% off. That's $9.99. Wow. We've
I
got some
wish
great
I
sales
really
here.
wish that I could like sort these
Mm-hmm.
so that I
You
could
probably
see.
can.
No, the website is awfully. It's terrible. This is the worst
It is a bad
website
website.
in the history of the universe. Everybody's talking about it. I'll be fine. It's fine.
Okay. You ready to move on? Let's talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
something
over
else.
it.
Aw, you put in an article about Pokemon Go Community
Oh
Day.
no, I have regrets already.
Now we get to talk about this is from PokemonGoHub.net. And it's just talking about the Community Day coming up this weekend. So I guess in December, what we do is instead of focusing on one Pokemon, we focus on all the Pokemon for the last couple of years. Um, so it gives you the chance to get some shinies or whatever on anything that you may have missed. So I'm pretty excited about that because this will include some Pokemon that I did not get. And this is ranking it basically on which ones we should aim for. Um, this is a terrible article, vendor.
I'm sorry.
Um,
This is what
it's
you get.
okay. I love you very much, and this is my fault because I didn't have the news done.
And
But anyways,
why didn't we have the news done, Shalene?
because I was asleep. We didn't have the news done because I was asleep, and you did your best in the last 4 minutes before we went live. So you're not in trouble. I'm not mad at you. The people aren't mad at you, but this is a terrible article. I can't do anything with this. But yeah, Pokemon Go Community Day is this weekend, both days. It's gonna be a fun time. You should come out and play. And yeah, I love Pokemon Go. Um, okay, this is a CBC article. What is CBC?
Canadian Broadcast Corporation.
Canadian Broadcast Corporation. Sask developed video game. Sask. What is Sask?
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. This is okay. You read this
You want
Canada
me to do
news,
this
okay?
one? Yeah, sorry.
I don't even
I'm
understand what I'm
shopping.
looking at.
I am now shopping on Steam for the winter sale.
This is written in Canadian. I can't do it.
Yeah, my computer's going to be super chuggy because this website is filled with ads and it's awful. So Saskatchewan developer Saskatchewan has put itself on the map for developing video games that have become a surprise world hit. Balatro is a card-based video game that has taken the industry by storm. Despite being made by a single person, it took home the Best Independent and Best Mobile Game at this year's Game Awards and was nominated for Game of the Year alongside big budget AAA blockbuster games. Yeah, so you should check out Balatro if you haven't. If you have checked it out, write in to the show and tell us what you think about it. But yeah, there's it's I don't know, like people are saying that they have regrets that they put off playing this game all year long.
Mhm.
One individual wrote it was due to it being a game all about poker and that they weren't a card player and they don't really have the attention span. But after sitting down and actually playing it, they realized that it was more than just that. Um, and now they're addicted to it. So it's basically the new, Pokemon Go, but probably not. That's a bold statement. Um,
I'd say more like the new Hearthstone. would be a more apt comparison.
Yeah. This article, again, a terribly written article. It's not even it's not even an article. It's like one sentence. It is like, do people even try to write the news anymore? It's actually two. No, it's actually three sentences, and the last sentence is incomplete.
Our best. We did our best, you guys.
The last
We'll do better
sentence
next
is
time.
it. Who ends a sentence in has? Who ends a sentence with the word has? In what world, in what place, in what universe, Shalene? Moving on. What's our next? Jesus.
Okay, our last news article of today is a gamesindustry.biz article.
Well, that's hopeful.
And this is, yeah, we can trust gamesindustry.biz. This is the year in numbers 2024, and they do this every year. They make a big infographic talking about the games market,
Ooh.
the best-selling games, that kind of thing. So we're just going to run through some of these statistics. This was made by James Batchelor, the editor-in-chief of gamesindustry.biz. And they compiled their data from following sources: the global games market value via Newzoo, total box versus digital revenues via Newzoo, and Sensor Tower provided the biggest mobile games publishers and countries. The biggest selling games in the UK from Nielsen, the US from Circana, and Japan from Famitsu, and some of the most covered games provided by ICO via Footprints data, and the biggest influencers on YouTube. So we're just going to roll through some of this. The global market value of video games in 2024 was $184.3 billion US.
Wait, you have to say it like you mean it.
$184.3 billion.
Yes. Correct. That is correct.
Yes. And 50% of that was in the form of mobile games, $92.5 billion. Console gaming represented 27% of the share at $50.3 billion. And PC games represented 23% of this at $41.5 billion. And in terms of boxed versus digital, we had 8.5 billion. That is only 4.6% of video games that were global physical video game boxes that were sold. And 95.4% were digital sales. So
that's unsurprising.
I am a little surprised. I knew that it would be a lot higher digital sales versus boxed video games, physical video games, but I'm surprised the gulf is this wide. I really am. It's not going to be long before you can't buy a physical game anymore.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of PC, only 1% of sales were boxed, which I understand, because where do you even buy a PC game in a box nowadays? Like, I don't remember the last time I saw one.
What was the last PC game you bought that was in a box, Shalene?
I think it was Destiny 2. It may have been original Destiny, but I think it was Destiny 2. It was Destiny 2, and it came with a box, but it didn't come with a disc.
You know what mine was? Sims Hot Date.
Wow, that's been a minute. That's been a minute.
That's like circa 2002.
Wow.
Right? When did Sims Hot Date come out?
I feel like we have to know. Are you
I gotta
Googling?
look. I'm Googling.
Okay.
November 14th, of course. 2001.
2001. Wow. So mine was a lot more recent. The reason I bought Destiny 2, it was Destiny 2 physical, was because I found a deal on a special edition that came with like a messenger bag and all kinds of cool stuff for like $30. So Hero of Time says World of Warcraft was the last PC game he bought that had an actual disc. So that's been a while too. In terms of the console market, 16% of video games were boxed and 84% were digital. Not surprised that that console had a little bit heavier share than PC. Let's talk about the best-selling games in the United States. The number one best-selling game in the United States for 2024 was EA Sports College Football 25. Number two, Call of Duty: Black Ops 6. I am a little surprised that Call of Duty still does this well. Helldivers 2 is number three. Number four, Dragon Ball: Sparking! Exclamation point zero. That surprises me a little bit too. It really does. Number five, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the second one. That's I'm still really just annoyed that they just remade Modern Warfare. Like they were different games, but they were the same games. It was a weird thing. The sixth best-selling game in the United States was Madden NFL 25. Number seven, EA Sports FC 25. Number eight, EA Sports MVP Bundle. Number nine, Elden Ring. And number 10, Dragon's Dogma 2. So some of these are surprises, some of them very much less so. It is important for us as the hardcore gamer to remember, gosh, I feel like such a neckbeard saying that. But it is important for us to remember that just because
you can just call it shillaborating.
Just because we do not take very seriously some of these games doesn't mean that they're not still enormous in terms of the market. We don't really care about sports games very much here at We Just Love Games. We don't play a ton of them. Call of Duty is not at the top of our list, but these are still the games that control the market, and it is important to remember that.
It's also important to remember that it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So eventually these games will just not be a thing anymore. But
let's talk about the best-selling games in the United Kingdom, which I think it's really interesting that these are different. Number one was EA Sports FC 25.
Actually, that's not unsurprising.
Because that's the soccer one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number two, Hogwarts Legacy.
Also not unsurprising.
Not surprising.
I'm shocked, I tell you.
Number three, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Number four, EA Sports FC 24. Number five, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Fun.
Mario Kart 8. They're still buying Mario Kart in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, where have you been, UK? Number six is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Number seven is Minecraft. Minecraft is still charting in the UK. That's amazing.
I love it.
Nintendo Switch Sports is number 8.
Minecraft, it's a bunch of middle-aged like IT guys and developers that are building these colossal, highly detailed environments in Minecraft. That's what it is. Yeah.
Number 9, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and number 10, Super Mario Party Jamboree. So I think what we're seeing here is that the Switch is very dominant in that marketplace. In comparison to PC and console gaming. In Japan, we have an entirely different list still. Number 1, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Number 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Number 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. 5, Momotaro Denetsu World. Chiyu wa Kibo de Mawataru. Exclamation point. Number 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 7, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yes. Number 8, Powerful Pro Yakyu 2024-25. Number 9, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. And number 10, Minecraft, the Switch Edition. So I wonder if the domination of the Switch in these non-America countries are partially due to the fact that people don't have as much space in their house. And because a lot of places they have less space there, it's
maybe
they've had a longer time and they have more people in smaller spaces.
I feel like people in the UK spend a lot of time on public transit.
Probably that as well. That is probably a factor.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of factors. You can't just use one thing and say that it's the reason.
Of course, it's many factors, but That was really
I like
interesting.
how
This
they
is
they only showcase the US, UK, and Japan. Like, what
yeah.
about Australia and Canada and I don't know, China?
I do think
Are
it's
people allowed
really
to play video games in China?
I think they are actually, but they do limit like how long they can spend, and I think it affects their credit score if they go over the amount of time,
So,
stuff like
what
that.
other do you have any other numbers for us?
We do. We do have some other numbers. Um, let's see. Let's talk about mobile games. Let's go over the top mobile games. Number one was Monopoly Go. Number two, Honor of Kings. Number three, Royal Match. There are ads for Royal Match on every single mobile
Oh
game
my
that I've ever
god.
played. That
The
one with
ads for Royal
they're
Match,
insidious.
the
They're
Royal Match
everywhere.
ads on Reddit are like out of control.
I just like I want the king to die after
Yes.
I'm so tired. I'm so
Yes.
tired. Number four, Roblox. Number five, Last War, survival. Number six, Candy Crush Saga. Number seven, Whiteout Survival. Number eight, Coin Master. Number nine, Dungeon Fighter. And number 10, Game for Peace. Um, so they're really great at naming mobile games, is what I've learned. They're knocking out of the park.
Mm.
I that's those are terrible, terrible game names. Um, top countries by worldwide consumer spending in mobile games. The US is number one and China is number two. So they are spending lots of money on video games. Japan is number three. We won't go through all 10.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So let's talk about the most covered games in the news. Number one was Fortnite, and
Ugh.
that doesn't surprise me.
Thanks. I hate it.
Today I saw, okay, you want to know something you're really gonna hate?
No.
Today I saw an ad for Fortnite. They've added Mariah Carey in her Christmas dress, singing All I Want for Christmas Is You to Fortnite.
Can we shoot her?
So
Can we
those
shoot
are
her
like
in
those are like
Fortnite?
two of your favorite things. Helldivers 2, Pal World, that's not a big surprise with the controversy about Pal World being so similar to Pokemon.
That's so interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Number 5, Diablo 4. Star Wars Outlaws, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, Dragon Age the Veilguard, League of Legends, Genshin Impact, Starfield, Stellar Blade, and coming in 15, Black Myth Wukong. And I find it really interesting that the most covered games in the news do not at all correspond with the most purchased games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's really interesting to
Yeah.
me. So maybe they should rethink some of their strategies in terms of advertising games.
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with controversy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite, we saw a lot of articles about crossovers into the universe. Like there was Shell was doing a some sort of cross promotion with
That was
Fortnite.
wild. That was
And
just
then we
wild.
seen the inclusion of specific, what was it, Disney items or something like that, some franchise that had
Mm-hmm.
made it into Fortnite as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul World with the Pokemon issue, Star Wars Outlaws with it being like a total disaster. Elden
Mm-hmm.
Ring, I think it just grabbed
That
people's
was just
attention.
positive press.
Yeah.
People love Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people love Elden Ring. It's me and the people.
I'm actually surprised that Starfield is on this list at all.
Well, I mean, Starfield was highly anticipated. I
In
don't think
highly anticipated 2 years ago.
is
Like
it that old?
in 2023 is when it was
When did
published.
Starfield come out?
2023.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's
Really?
why I'm surprised it's still in the list.
I still think you should play Starfield. I
Yeah.
think you would enjoy
I
Starfield.
mean, it's still like $1,000, 50% off. So I'm not buying it until it's like
Yeah.
$2.
I don't think we'll talk about the top 10 games on TikTok because I we're too old for TikTok. We,
All
we
right.
we don't know about the TikToks. But I would like to cover the most viewed game trailers. The number one most viewed video game trailer was League of Legends
Mm,
Still Here Season 2024 cinematic trailer. This had 128,894,265 views in
that's
2024.
what is this? What even?
The second one is also a League of Legends trailer, World's 2024 anthem. Heavy is the Crown featuring Linkin Park. Number three is Clash of Clans, Erling Haaland for the win. Number four, Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, Sleep Well music video. Number five, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 reveal trailer, just to check in on the numbers. This one had 58,517,381 views. Number six, MetaQuest 3. Number seven, also MetaQuest 3. Number eight, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the multiplayer reveal. Number nine, Zenless Zone Zero, Ellen character demo. And number 10, with 25,841,436 views, Honkai Star Rail: version 2.0
I don't even
White
know
Knight
what half
music
of these
video.
things are, Shalene.
Same. We live in a global world, and we are not necessarily on top of things. The final part of this article is YouTube top influencers, and I do not care who they are
I'm
at
just glad to
all.
see a
Not even a little
few
bit.
douchebags from the last couple years not on this list. That's all I care about. So,
Indeed.
of note, top companies: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, Nvidia, Ubisoft, EA, Activision, Epic, Square Enix, Twitch made it on that list. Valve, Bethesda, and Sega. Those are the top 15. But yeah, that's our year in numbers, folks.
That was interesting.
Speaking of more numbers,
You've got mail.
Wrong bumper. Sorry about that. Got a little excited about the mail. Remember, Shalene, do you remember when Santa wrote you and Rick and he made me play that message on the show?
Yes. Wow, that's been a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was wow. That was a long time ago.
I should have done a package for you. Except Canada
Uh-huh.
Post was on strike for like 6 months, so.
Really? That's terrible.
Well, it was more like 6 weeks, but it was a long time and nobody's paid their bills.
Mhm.
So
That's pretty rough.
anyways, Sony, in comparison to last week, only jumped down 94 cents at 21.02. Microsoft closing out 436.60, down $10.67. Nintendo down $1.01 at 13.80. Take-Two down $3.51 at 181.97. EA down $9.82 at 147.80. Tencent Games holding strong, up $4.66 at 54.66. And Roblox up 51 cents at $60.11. That is the game stocks. The stocks of the games. Shalene, any mail for us?
You've got mail.
We have quite a bit of mail, actually. I'm not sure how much of
Ooh.
it we're going to roll through, but
Let's
we
do
are
it.
going to start off with this post from Alex, who says, I'm totally stealing this question from Liz, Mistress LeBeau, on Twitter. Who is your favorite Muppet? Mine is Beaker, she added. Who is your favorite Muppet vendor? And I have to see some answers in the chat as well.
10 out of 10 Beaker.
Beaker?
Me,
Also
me,
Beaker?
me, 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 me.
Beaker is a great Muppet.
A good runner-up is the chef, the Swedish chef.
I think my answer is going to be the Swedish chef. I really enjoy the Swedish chef. The poppity corn. Arjun, who is your favorite Muppet?
Animal.
Animal? I'm not surprised. Yeah, Animal is also a good choice. Yeah.
I had a Rover Muppet, like puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was so realistic. I don't know whatever happened to that.
I was Gonzo for Halloween one year. I think I was
so
in
cute.
kindergarten. Or no, I was Grover. I was Super Grover. That's what it was. I was.
That's
Super
what I
Grover.
haven't watched. Muppets Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol is so good.
I'm gonna
It's
text.
so good.
I'm gonna text my Plex person to put it on the server.
Let's see here. Thank you very much for that one, Alex. I was We'll take any excuse to talk about the Muppets. Um, let's see here. We're gonna skip this. This is more discussion, some continued discussion about the Game Pass model, whether it's better to support games via playing them on Game Pass or by buying outright. But we already covered that pretty heavily. So, um,
What are we doing? What happened?
we are skipping ahead over some. We had some continued commentary about the discussion
Oh, right.
over
Mhm.
Game Pass versus buying games outright, but we covered that pretty heavily. So our next question comes from RTZ13. Hey, I got a question for you about the most emotional set pieces in media. What are your most memorable moments? My daughter just got to the age that we started watching the original Lion King, and I came to realize that it still wrecks me and makes me giggle at the same time as a grown man. Similar feelings as when I was a wee kid. This made me think about this question, and looking through my gaming experiences, I wanted to check which are the ones I recall vividly. First one that comes to mind is from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare trilogy, the original one. Particularly from 3 at the death of a main character. We're going to spoil it. Okay, this is an old game. Cleaning product is what he has. Yeah, R.I.P. Soap accompanied by the music, still shivers. Latest is the endings of Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty. All endings give you so much emotional homework, it will make you think about it for a long time, especially the more sad ones. Again, music just magnifies it. There is no happy ending in Night City. What is yours? Um, I've got to go back to the ending of Red Dead Redemption.
That's what first came to mind for me. Yeah.
The original Red Dead Redemption for me, and
Mm.
I haven't finished the second Red Dead Redemption, but I believe it ends in a similar way, right? Like,
Yeah, Red Dead 2 ends in a similar way, but it has a epilogue,
mm-hmm.
which is really good. John Marsden? John
Okay,
what's his name?
John Marston is,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's in the epilogue.
John Marston is the protagonist of the original
Yeah.
Red Dead, which is a sequel, I guess, to Red Dead 2, which is odd, but there you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's the best. So good.
in the first Red Dead, you have the epilogue where you play as John Marston's son, and that
Yeah.
was rough for me. That was rough.
Yeah, those are good.
Um,
What's another one? Cyberpunk does come to mind, but I don't. This is why I'm replaying it because I don't know it as well as I
mm-hmm,
think I should. GTA 5,
mm-hmm,
the playthrough of GTA 5.
mm-hmm. There
Um,
were some pretty heartbreaking moments in the Gears of War series. Um, I also remember getting pretty torn up at a few points in Halo, but let's see.
hmm.
I sobbed like a little baby at the beginning of Mass Effect 3. There's a scene with Thane. Um, and I cried like a small child, just ugly cried at that scene. That's probably one of the most wait until after.
Are your chicken fingers here?
My chicken fingers are here. Yeah, yeah. We DoorDash chicken
I won't be
fingers.
mad if you eat them on the show.
That's okay. Um, but yeah, I would say probably the most impactful for me has to be probably large swaths of Mass Effect 3, if we're being honest,
Mm-hmm.
because even though the last like 20 minutes of Mass Effect 3 is not a very good ending, in my opinion, the entirety of Mass Effect 3 is an ending. And it's poignant and it ties up so many loose ends from throughout the series. And yeah, that's it for me. How about you?
Yeah, it would be Red Dead for
Red
sure,
Dead?
hands down.
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5, a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
AAA games that are story based. Citizen Sleeper is one that creeps into my
Really?
mind every now and then. Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
really good. I do want to jump into Harold Halibut. I think that that's going to have a really powerful story.
Really?
I was kind of hoping that it would be on sale. I've added it to my wish list. So, um, yeah, if any of you are wondering what to get me this holiday season, I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, brought down from his lovely home in Melody Lane. Anyways,
Yeah.
let me give you a break, Shalene, and read this next one from Schneewolf. So Schneewolf writes in, video game wise. Oh, wait, this is a response, right?
Yeah, I thought we'd go through some of the listener
Oh,
responses.
okay. I'll do this. Video game wise, the game that really got me emotional was Life is Strange. Oh, yeah, the original one. Movies, series, and books tend to catch me easier and way more often when it comes to sad emotions than video games do, which I found odd thinking about it because video games are way more engaging. So here's an attempt at explanation. I see myself in the characters I play, at least to a certain degree. So no matter how bad things get in the game, I'll do the same as I do in real life and focus on taking action to turn things around instead of letting things get to me. With more passive media, I feel with characters I see that format is more about empathy, and there's always a strong separation between me and them. They're entirely different people. They take decisions I'd never take. In games, I wouldn't do that. I share their emotions, whether they're happy or sad, but they're not my own. I'm just feeling with them. In a game with a character I identify with, a part of the emotion I'm feeling is my own. Not completely. There's still a clear separation between me and the game, of course. But since my decision led to that end, I feel it deeper. I think that the deeper the feeling is difficult to achieve when it comes to sad emotions, though. If a game focuses me into bad decisions I don't want to take, I often feel cheated by the game rather than devastated by the emotion they try to push me into. Creating organic, terrible situations caused by my own independent actions is a hard thing to script, and I respect every dev and manager that has to do that. Plus, the event that made me feel so sad has to feel final to get to me. Otherwise, I just cope by acting against what happened. And I think that that's probably a good place to end the discussion from the mail stack. So we're going to hop right into screenshots and stories. If you would like to leave us some mail, send us an email at info@wejustlovegames.com, or alternatively, and the better option is to post in the mail stack channel in the Discord. And I'm just loading up the photos here. It may cause things to crash. We'll see here in a moment. Okay, so our Gamestack challenge, if you recall, because I don't recall what that was, Shalene. What was our Gamestack challenge?
You had given me a heads up that we didn't.
Art.
I would have.
Oh, wait.
Let's see.
It
I
wasn't
want to
art.
say this one was going back to old
Oh
games.
no, these are ones that we've already talked about.
Yep, they are.
We have.
They are.
So
We've
good.
done these.
We don't have to do these. Okay, we're
We're
gonna
gonna skip
roll
'em.
into screenshots and stories. The Gamestack challenge, you had listed it, but I don't even remember what it was.
The last week's one was Christmas memories, gaming related Christmas memories.
Okay, well we'll keep with that traditional theme since we've had no posts. Send us your Christmassy screenshots, your Christmassy memories. Or if you're having a Christmas feast in
Holiday
in-game,
memories.
holiday
Yeah.
feast, send us that as well. This first screenshot comes to us from Schneewolf. It says, apparently I put these benches up wrong. And I don't know if you can explain
They're
this.
facing
Explain
the
it.
wall. There's a bench near the home, and they are sitting on the bench just staring at the stone wall instead of looking out.
But look at further down, Shalene. Look, do you see?
Oh, they are down. Oh,
They're
that's
all
amazing.
like that, all of them.
I don't know what game this is, but this is hilarious.
This looks like,
this is really
this
funny.
Skyrim?
I don't think it is Skyrim.
'Cause you
I
can't
see why you
build,
think
right?
it is, but it's definitely not Skyrim.
Oh, it's like different. The UI is a bit different. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
She may have put a.
That
a
was
note
like
in
I've
there.
told have you have
It
totally
is.
done that in The Sims, where you place a
That's so
chair
funny.
or you place a bench or a stool that has no backing and then they sit the wrong way. This one's from Alex, and she just says "friend!" exclamation mark, and it's this cute bird with these cool steampunky goggles, and he's holding some sort of
Very cute,
cool wrench, and she's standing there with a very illustrious hat on. It looks
It is
very
a good hat.
Another one here from Alex as well. She says, I'm a teeny weeny dragon, and I'm holding a torch in my baby claws. And there's, I don't know if you can see it, but she's on the dragon.
Yeah, she's the teeny dragon that is riding on the bigger dragon.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Very cute.
We have this one here as well, which
Can we
is
talk about this Finnick fox that is wearing a Sherlock Holmes hat?
from Zephyr. Zephyr says, Detective Pets. Also,
That is so
Alex,
cute.
where are your clothes? And her character is standing there naked. We're now going to
Mhm.
get, what is it? The rated R.
Yeah, there goes our mhm.
This great one from Alex. She says, this is Jennifer, and I love her. And
Jennifer's a cute
it's a
little kitty.
cat, and it looks like it's going to eat this giant steak that's on the ground. Another from Zephyr says, "Yeah, she's obsessed," and it's a picture of the cat and the steak, and Alex's character is kneeling down to
Yeah,
look at
she's
the
trying to
cat.
tempt the cat
Yeah,
closer with the steak.
and this one here, lots of Warcraft today. This one here from Alex, she says, "My mom has a pet named Gizmo, and it sat on her. And you know how her mom is this tiny, tiny
Tiny,
person?
tiny character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Also, this follow up image of from Alex of the sunset in World of
That's a
Warcraft.
really nice sunset.
Yeah. Then we've got a submission from Schneewolf, and this is the good old Park. Gotta love these auto-generated names. And I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Oh, I see on the map. It says Park.
Oh,
Like it's
Park.
like
Yeah,
Park. And then we have the
Park.
Chestnut District. For those
Hmm.
of you wondering, this is a top-down view of like a
Yeah, it's a
neighborhood.
city builder game.
Yeah.
That's funny. Park.
Gaz sends us this wonderful screenshot, and this is
Hey, this is
of
definitely Skyrim.
Skyrim. You had me inspired to start another save on Skyrim. I was picking some plants and stuff, looked up and realized this is my first glimpse of solitude in 5+ years.
Wow. Look at Solitude Through the Mist. Really cool.
Man, that game so
The
good.
Skyrim nostalgia is so strong.
What got me in Skyrim, and I'll never forget it, is the Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm. They're so beautiful.
This one from Alex. She says World of Warcraft also has skeleton storytelling. And this skeleton is on the ground and has a rose in its mouth and a rum bottle. And you know, Shalene, if it didn't have the little health bar on the bottom, I would have
I would
almost
think
thought
this was Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one here on a beautiful cat of some kind. They were on a pebble hunting quest. This is also Alex, and she says, Mum is riding on my mount form. I do love being a druid. And then this one of her and her friend, probably Zephyr, in the same outfit. And this is very Christmassy.
Big fan of the hats.
It's a little bit dark, but yeah. This one here from Zephyr says, I'm amused by Crittermorph and really glad it affects polymorph variations as well. And it is a picture of some text that says, Polymorph magic, incapacitated, cannot attack or cast spells, increased health regeneration. Completely useless. And then Green Camps sends us this one. He says, I got like one more time walking dungeon for my 5 for the week
what is
on
this
Main.
game?
I've been bouncing back and forth on Live and the Anniversary Classic Realm. Side tangent, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Catsuit.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So he's wearing this little cat outfit. That's an outfit. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Look at how cute it is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a bell around his neck.
And a
Oh
little
my
lantern.
gosh.
A little lantern too.
I don't know anything about that game, but I want to play it now.
And this one from Karak Soon Lee says, Hey, Bethesda, this is what we need in the Atom Shop. And
this is really funny.
Shalene, it is a picture of a doorbell, and wired to the doorbell is like some tack.
It looks like a landmine. Yeah, it says
it's like
front
a
toward enemy.
sticky explosive, and it says front toward enemy. It's so good. This person clearly plays Fallout.
That's pretty cute.
This awesome post from Gaz as well, and he says, going over some old photos and just look at this hotel setup for the ease of the console setup. Amazing, just perfection. Never seen that before. Never seen it since. Total unicorn hotel. I should write a review just about this.
I've stayed at a couple of hotels where it has like the the easy plugs right there next to the
It is
TV, just
so
built
like
in.
I will remove the TV from the wall if I
Mhm.
have to. I bring a screwdriver with me so that I could remove the TV
That's
because of
ridiculous.
how difficult they make it for you to plug in an HDMI. It's
They
so
really do
dumb.
make it hard. Yeah.
Yeah. And then who's this? Fire
Hey,
and Gasoline. This is an Animal Crossing photo,
I love her
and
character. She's looking
she's
fabulous.
standing next to a snowman and the snowboy, and the snowboy says, "Yo, y'all, it's snowboy time."
Nice job.
I haven't successfully made a snowboy yet.
I haven't played since the snow started.
Yeah. Have you played since last snow?
Probably, yes, for sure.
And then we'll end this one off with a chocobo.
Oh, look at that
And Zephyr
little
says,
chicken friend.
I am loving this game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And it is a
That
picture
is
of
really
him
cute.
petting a chocobo, a baby chocobo.
Really, really cute.
So cute. What is this like thing on his butt here?
No
Is
idea.
that a shell? There's like a leaf coming out of it
It may just be something
in the
nearby.
background.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was
Cute.
a lot of screenshots and stories. If you want to submit your screenshots and stories, do so in the screenshots and stories channel in the Discord. And also participate in the Gamestack challenge for our next episode of Gamestack, which will be Christmas screenshots. Let's talk about what we've been playing. So I've been up to Animal Crossing. I got all of my Christmas decorations out. The tree is up. The house is done. I've also been working to revamp and rebuild my road structure. So I've gotten rid of the gray cobblestone road paths, and I'm putting
Okay.
in brown brick
So this
paths.
is a major renovation.
Well, the reason being, Shalene, is I've gotten too annoyed by the footstep sounds
I
from the
understand that.
gray cobblestone, and the
Mhm.
brownstone pattern doesn't actually have really any intrusive footfall noises.
Mhm.
So that just goes to show you that maybe I'm playing a little bit too much Animal Crossing. But yeah, there's money trees everywhere. I think I'm gonna give Annalise the boot. I can't get her photo, and she's just, I don't know. She's just so much to handle.
He is pretty extra.
Yeah, I did send you a gift though
Ooh, I need to log on
in the
then.
mail. I sent you a Christmas gift.
Thank you.
I did a little bit of baking, so a little
Ooh,
Christmas baking.
delightful. What'd you make?
I can't tell you. It's a
It's a
surprise. Open
surprise?
the mail.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's not gone
Okay.
bad.
Okay. I'll go get the mail.
I've also been driving in ATS winter, so that's been fun. White knuckling it down the I-10 in California was a little bit weird with snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been good. And I have actually disabled the winter mod temporarily to play the new California rework that SCS has put out. So if you don't remember, California was one of the first DLCs that ever came out for American Truck Simulator. And so they have finally reworked California. They've been working on it for like, I think 2 years now. And it is incredibly detailed now. It is so much better than it used to be.
Cool.
So it's kind of nice, and it's good timing because I'm not in California this year for the holidays. So I will be able to see it in some level of detail, in some capacity, and reminisce about that. I'm a little bit disappointed though that they didn't include Palm Springs on the map. They have Indio, but they don't have Palm Springs. They don't even have Cathedral City or Coachella, which I think is a little like those are such iconic places along that
Yeah, it does seem like
highway
they would include those.
east of Los Angeles. Like all they have is Indio. They do have the signs for Palm Springs and Palm Desert off the highway, but they don't actually have the places. So that's a little disappointing. And I've dived back into Cyberpunk. I lived up to my promise, you guys, and I went back to the stack and I started up Cyberpunk last weekend.
Nice.
So when I first played my first playthrough, this is my second playthrough, by the way, of Cyberpunk. I did the nomad role in the first playthrough, and this time I'm doing the street kid role. So it's kind of cool to see
Has
how,
that changed it much?
yeah, it's totally changed it. The initial storyline is totally different.
Hmm.
My character build is different. I have a lot more charisma
Hmm.
and like intelligence.
I love playing high charisma characters.
Yeah, because like I have to have like street cred, right? And
Hmm.
I have to be able to like, you know, roll with the punches. Um and so it's interesting to see like the intro into cyberpunk is so different than being a nomad. Cuz being a nomad, you're out in the middle of nowhere,
Hmm.
outside of Night City. But when you're a street kid, you're like in the thick of it, in the alleys, and like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I am definitely going to do this playthrough, and then I'm going to dive into doing a corpo run as well,
Nice.
and then I'll feel a little bit more complete with my cyberpunk playthrough. But hopefully, I can pick up Phantom Liberty as well
Yeah,
if
I've
it's on
heard really good
sale.
things about Phantom Liberty.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my gameplay.
Nice. I've got very little going on in terms of video games this week. I'm still playing Pokemon Go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They've got little cute Pokemon in Christmas outfits, so that's been fun times. Um, but the biggest thing for me has been the PC build, you know, picking out the parts and making the choice and putting in that order and watching those PC parts start to come in. I like this has been a very emotional experience for me.
Why?
I did not realize how much it was bothering me for these last couple of years having this questionable PC, you know. And I didn't realize how separated I felt from gaming, like in general.
Mm.
And I'm really, really excited about the new PC build. Really excited about it. So
Okay.
looking forward to
So what are you going to play first? Solitaire?
Minesweeper.
I knew it. Tetris.
Yes. Sudoku.
Oh man. uh yeah, I think you should push that sucker to
Mhm.
the limit.
Yeah, because like and it's funny because it is going to be kind of a beast right now. It's going to be a bit of a beast. But the games that I keep thinking about are like little indie games on Steam that I never really finished because they just like I couldn't play anything for any length of time. And
Mhm.
I'm thinking about jumping back into Fallout 76 and doing some of those some of the new content that I haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
I'm yeah.
I'm
I'm
excited to see the
thinking about
pets.
Dave the Diver, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah. You should
good
try to
times.
pick
It's
up
gonna be good
Alba
times.
if you can.
Hmm.
I think you would really like
Yeah.
Alba. So are you going to have some time over the holidays to play some of these games? Like when are you anticipating to build your PC?
Well, I don't know when all the parts are gonna get here, so I'm not hopeful that they're all gonna get here before Christmas because, you know, I ordered them kind of late in the year. So I
Are you waiting for all the parts to come in to build it, or are you
well,
piecing it
yeah,
together as they come
no,
in?
I'm gonna wait for everything to come in and then build.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, I don't have the case yet, so can't really start without the case. But
I got one. You can have it. It's been sitting there collecting dust in the box.
the case I ordered is
Ridiculous.
fancy. It has a display on it, and the display tracks like the temperature going on in there, and like
But
it's gonna be
really, all you
fun.
want to do is just
So
put pictures
fancy.
of Mudang on the display.
That is exactly what I want to
Yeah.
do with the display.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes. That's it. That's it for me.
Well, are you going to have some time off over the holidays?
I
You
am gonna have a few
working
days off.
between Christmas and New Year, or do you have it all off?
I have a pretty good chunk of Christmas week off. So
Nice. Nice. My
and
boss
then
has told us to work remotely on Monday and then work half day till noon on Tuesday.
nice. Yeah.
And then the university is closed until January 2nd, but our vice dean told us not to come back to the office till January 6th. Which I don't know if that meant work remotely from January 2nd to the
Or
6th
just
or
like go
just don't
home.
come in at
Just be
all.
home. I'm voting for that one
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting some very much needed time off.
for sure.
Let me tell you, Shalene.
I bet you're
Anyways,
exhausted.
I am so exhausted. I don't even know. I
Well,
just keep sleeping and it doesn't get any better.
let's go get some rest, Fender. Let's go get some rest.
We here at We Just Love Games are wishing you all a very lovely holiday season. And, make sure you can spend time with friends and the people who matter in your life. Take time for yourself to rest and reflect. Mental health and well being is equally as important, and sometimes more important than trying to create that Hallmark Christmas. So it's okay for you to step away from gatherings and spend time. Um, for yourself. But also, Christmas is always about getting together and giving. So hopefully you can all have some time to get some rest in and play some video games. And we want to see your Gamestack challenges. Please post those. We would love to see your Christmas feasts and Christmas screenshots. We want to see those. Don't forget, shows sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of coffee beans. $2 goes to the Children's Miracle Network. You can find Shalene on Twitter at Shalene L and our network channel at We Just Love Games. We're on Facebook.com/We Just Love Games. Also, Facebook.com/group/We Just Love Games. Discord is the best place to get a hold of us and the rest of the community. Join in there. Send us all your pictures of your Christmas dinners and gifts and things. Don't forget, we record live every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, twitch.tv/We Just Love Games.
Except not next week.
Not
because
next
I'll
Friday.
be with family.
Yes.
So
not next Friday, but we will be back. Will that be the new year at that point?
yeah, we'll be back in the new year.
So that'll be, what day is that? January 2nd?
I don't know.
January 3rd.
January 3rd.
We'll be back on January 3rd. And then it's the Game Awards.
At some point in
Stack
January,
Awards.
we're going to have the Stackies.
The Stackies, yeah. So, and keep your eyes peeled for that. Hopefully we can secure Jessica's star and I almost said Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver.
Dave Chaffins, who you all know and love. Don't forget to listen to the show on YouTube, iHeart, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, all the podcast platforms. Thank you all for listening. And Shalene, the last word is yours.
Oh, dang. I am going to go eat chicken tendies now. Ready? Are we